Hey, what's going on? This is Muriel from the Sunshine Family with Costa Rica Expat tips for when you're living in Costa Rica. I'm going to touch on something that I know that all my expat friends here have to deal with. It's like a problem, or actually not a problem if you know how to deal with it. But yeah, this video will definitely help you if you're planning on coming to Costa Rica. If you're planning, or if you already are a Costa Rica expat, and if you once in a while, if you're living somewhere, no matter if that's your own house or rental, if you want to be out of your house because you're vacationing yourself, perhaps you're going to go back to the country where you come from, I don't know, perhaps you're not in your house for a couple of days to a couple of weeks because you're traveling back and forth. There's important things to know what's going to happen with your house in your absence. Costa Rica, well, what it is, stick with me till the end. First, I want to invite you to hit that subscribe icon here on the screen and tap the bell icon so you receive a notification every time I upload new videos. Always Costa Rica expat related. Who am I? If you never met me, let me touch on that really quick. I moved to Costa Rica in 2018 with my husband Dirk and 2 growing up kids. Thanks to our laptop business, our online business we already run since 2013. So we left everything in the Netherlands, moved to Costa Rica, continue our online business here and our coaching programs. And thanks to all the questions people started to ask us, I decided to create a YouTube channel where I basically share everything we have learned ourselves to serve other people around the world who are stumbling on the exact same questions that I already solved. So I'm not the expert. It's not that I know everything. Just take my videos as help for ideas, whatever, and find your own way. But I am here to serve you. So also with this topic, Costa Rica expat tips, you know, thinking about living in Costa Rica, what to expect, what to deal with. I'm gonna touch on something very important today, which is mold, black mold and the jungle taking over your house in your absence. So here's the thing. When you're living somewhere, it doesn't matter where, often people are planning to take a vacation. It could be if you're living in Costa Rica as a Costa Rica expat, you're going on visa run, for example, to extend your tourist stamp, to be a perpetual tourist. That is one of the reasons why we left our house for a day or two. In that case, this problem will not really exist. But if you're thinking about living in Costa Rica and you also want a vacation, or if you want to be temporarily somewhere else, perhaps you're traveling back and forth to another place, then what is important to know is that leaving your house empty without you in it living there, leaving your house without anyone living in it, will cause some problems, which doesn't have to be a problem if you know how to deal with it. But black mold is one, and it doesn't even exist when you're not in your house. It will also occur when you are in your house. Now, black mold is going to be in your clothes, in your curtains, in your floor, on your walls, if you live in a very humid part of Costa Rica. Now, Costa Rica has a lot of climate areas, about 10 to 12 if I'm exact. You can look the characteristics up, and they're ideal climate areas. I think that the area around San Jose is the most ideal climate. It's not too humid, it's not too dry, but basically everywhere in Costa Rica you will have to deal with those two problems: the jungle taking over of your house, and black mold is crawling into your house and get in everything. Now, the first time that we discovered this was just basically after just moving to Costa Rica, that my clothes were becoming, the clothes that I wasn't wearing a lot were becoming literally black. Molds crawling in there. And then I started to think, we weren't living in an air-conditioned house. So when you live in a very humid area and you don't have or don't use air conditioning, the mold's gonna be worse. Now, mold we have to deal with, everyone has to deal with that. somehow, in a way. So be prepared and don't be afraid of it. Just clean your house. This is what I've learned. If it is appearing on your walls, the best way to clean your walls and cleaning it from black mold is cleaning it with chlor or bleach. Chlor is the Dutch word, with bleach. So bleached mixed with water and bleach, and just scrub it off before you paint it again. And there's paints available in the ferreterias, in the hardware stores, that is holding back the mold. So if you can choose those specific paints materials that's protecting your walls from mold, buy those higher quality paints. That's my recommendation. But like, the bleach is the best way to clean it. That's tip number one. I discovered that from talking to a lot of people, and they all use this way. Now, in your clothes, some clothes you cannot wash with chlor. This is my solution for it. Less is more is my statement in Costa Rica. The more stuff you have, the more mold or spiders or Scorpios can crawl in that. I'm like, you know, I don't have so many clothes. I don't have so much. I just have a little selection. I wear it until it's done. I throw it away and I buy new, because I found out that my most favorite dresses, for example, that I used to have in the Netherlands, you know, you sometimes wear them once per year, right? On specific occasions. In this case, living in Costa Rica, living here now almost 3 years, those dresses are becoming so moldy, no matter if I use an air conditioning or not. It's really hard to protect your clothing if you're not using an air conditioning 24/7 in the room that your clothes are hanging. Now, let's be real. I don't think that is something that I want to do, use an air conditioning 24/7. Well, it's really bad for the environment. It's going to bring you a very high electricity bill. And I'm just super pro for adjusting. So why do you need a lot of stuff if you're not wearing a lot of stuff? So I'm like, just less is better, less is more. That's my way of dealing with mold in clothes. But let's be real, black mold is really bad for humans' lungs. So it's really important that you get rid of it. So use bleach. Clothing, prevent having mold in your clothes by having less, and wear it more and wash it often, and then throw it away when it's done, right? That's according to mold. Now, about animals taking over, right? So suppose you're gonna go vacationing for 2 to 3 weeks. I know a lot of friends here, they are, oh, there's a squirrel on the tree right there. They vacationed, they came back, about the clothing, they just put their clothes in, washed and well, in boxes. When they came back, all their clothes were molded. So no matter how clean you pack them in boxes, the mold will be there anyway. So learn that. Don't bother. Just have less. Gecko poop. Gecko poop is one of the things, perhaps, I assure you, no one made a video about this, right? Just let me know in the replies below. Oh, and if you're curious about what it is that I do online, and you're like, you know, don't bother me with all the information, I just want to know how you make your living, go below my video, there's a description, and there's a links to click on. Click the first link and learn more how I set up my online business. But gecko poop, right? It sounds ridiculous, but geckos, they're gonna be everywhere, and they're harmless. They're very handy animals, because they eat little flies and little mosquitoes, but they poop. So sometimes I'm working with my laptop in my little office. I have this office space in my house, and sometimes I hear like bloop, and there's gecko poop falling on my, you know, on my laptop, and I'm like, what the heck, you know? They're gonna be everywhere. Can you imagine when you're out of your house for 1 to 3 weeks, that when you come home, your house will be covered with gecko poop, because they're everywhere. They climb on the ceilings, on the walls, and it's just a thing you have to accept, that you have to clean or have someone cleaning your house, and have a house sitter. That's solution number 1. When you're out of your house, have someone sit your house, live in there, and keep it clean while living there. And watching your house, of course, that cannot hurt. If you don't have a gated area whatsoever, it's always good to have someone look over your house. But also there's this basically animals. Costa Rica has a huge jungle life, right? So while you are away and no one will be in your house, little creatures will think, oh, that's nice, I'm gonna make a nest here. So you're gonna find like this wide corners where spiders make their houses and lay their eggs, and Scorpios will just nest in little holes and spaces that they crawl in. Snakes will love it to let their skin fall off. This is just a couple of examples, and don't freak out by this. This is part of Costa Rica living. If you want to be a Costa Rica expat, this is my opinion, you have to just accept the way it is and live around this. Don't be angry or think, oh, I'm so afraid of all that. It's just part of life here, but there's things that help you fix it. Having a house sitter, just think like this. Yeah, but I don't want to spend a budget on someone sitting in my house, but it can be a benefit. You can ask in community Facebook groups, Costa Rica related community Facebook groups. I think every area almost has one. I know Central Valley has one, Tamarindo Chit Chat, What's on Santa Teresa. I see people posting, I'm looking for a house sitter. And you know, this might be a solution for them. They don't have to pay rent, and you have someone taking care of your stuff, right? That's a good solution. I know people who, this is the only thing they do. They house sit and they gain great testimonials that they're trustable and take care of the animals, the dogs, the cats, and the house in a good way. And that way they're asked time and time again. So that's my tip, to find a house sitter. And yeah, or just close your house if you have a safe area where, you know, the chance of the thieves getting in your house and taking all your stuff away while you're gone. Just close the house and be prepared that you need to do a lot of cleaning when you get back. And that's just how it is. So by accepting how it is, you're gonna help yourself 50%. And with my tips, I hope that I served you with my today's Costa Rica expat tips. Like I said, I share everything I have learned myself. So the first time we came home after a couple of days being out, there was this mess of gecko poop in our house and spiders nesting everywhere. Well, we just started to clean, and in half a day everything was sparkly again. And yeah, with that being said, let me hear if you have anything to add to my video. I know a lot of Costa Rica expats are watching my videos. I might have missed a lot of tips that I never learned. Please share below. Give me your thumbs up if you think I deserve it, and of course share my video with everyone you believe can benefit from my video. And of course, I'm happy to meet you one day in Costa Rica. And again, if you're curious about for example, if you're dreaming about being a Costa Rica expat, but you're missing the financial resources to move, perhaps you have a retirement, but it's not enough. I have a lot of information about my life and business coaching programs, and also about other things, other tips, free resources, free book tips. I'm excited to serve you with anything you need according to becoming or being a happy Costa Rica expat living in Costa Rica. With that being said, thanks for watching my video until the end. It was a long one again, like 14 minutes. See you in my next video. Bye for now. This was Muriel from the Sunshine Family.